Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D. Welcome to tonight's show. It is Thursday, March 15th, 2018. Guys, you want to say hi?
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles checking in again. Hope y'all enjoy the show tonight.
You already know it's your boy Clint. Get at me.
All right, guys, we got a great show topic for you guys tonight. If you're listening right now, you're on blogtalkradio.com/GFT radio show. And if you guys want to call in, the phone number is 657-383-1155. As you know, like every Thursday, we will be live tweeting throughout the show. So if you want to join in, definitely tweet us at GFT_radio. So that we may get you in or get your comments read on the air. So, guys,
for sure.
You got everybody?
Yep, I'm still on.
Yeah. Okay. So, I guess we're going to jump right into this topic, and I kind of want to tell you guys how we came up with the topic. I was reading an email that I got. I think I got an email, and I was just reading it, and then they had these list of hard conversations that people in marriages should have. But as I was reading some of the stuff that they different questions and topic suggestions that they should talk about before they decide to get married, I thought to myself that I think it's more aligned that if you're going to relationship with somebody, you should be having these types of conversations and discussing these like hard issue topics, because you get people that end up in relationships or getting married and they haven't discussed these very important conversations that come up later on down the road because it was never discussed at the beginning or somewhat during the dating phase. So I had sent the email, the text out to the link to the guys, and they reviewed it, and we figured that we got a show out of it. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about relationships all the time on different podcasts or that we had before, but like some of these questions, I think that are they key. They should be asked between people that are either dating or getting into a relationship, and definitely people who are deciding to marry each other should have already had these conversations. So we're just going to go over just some of the ones and then just give our opinion on have we done it, has it come up in our relationship, like should we have talked about it prior, and things like that.
Right,
guys?
Right.
Let's go.
Yep, exactly. Exactly, and that was the thing when you brought up the topics and you sent us that link. I'll make sure I post a link in the Twitter page and Twitter feed as well. But going through the questions, it was like, wow, these are definitely things that need to be discussed and things that should be kind of on the table, right? It was just kind of made sense. But a lot of times what makes sense isn't always clear and present in people's minds, right? So definitely wanted to, go over these questions, see how we all kind of react to it, and as well as hopefully see what the listeners think.
Exactly. Clint?
Like the title of the show say, we need to talk. I always say communication is key in any relationship, and a lot of these questions basically come down to communication. Are we really getting to know each other? How we communicate? You feel me? So that's why I like it.
Yeah.
When it's questions, a lot of people are scared to ask these questions early on, or they try to wait, and I feel like that costs them more than anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But not only just wait, but like do not they try to avoid these kind of topics, right? Until
I think because people don't want to talk about the hard topics.
Yeah, true.
Because it's too real, and then it makes you have to decide whether or not that is this somebody that you possibly want to date, because you have to realistically look at the situation like, okay, something as serious could be as somebody about religious beliefs. Your religious beliefs may be complete opposite of what somebody else is, and they may be hardcore in their faith. I know Clint talked about on past shows about his experience with that, and it's like if you don't have those conversations ahead of time, then later on down the line, it's these conversations come up, and somebody could be really stubborn and don't want to hear, or maybe that might be their deal breaker, and they're just not keen on wanting to hear that right now, because they're at the beginning stage where they like you, and like if you find out that this different than what you believe, and you really it's a real serious thing for you, then you kind of gotta make you gotta make a choose whether you want to be in a relationship or you want to be wholehearted to this person.
Facts.
Yeah. I think a lot of times, like you said, with the whole liking a person, you definitely want to you definitely see people trying to turn a blind eye to the kind of the blaring issues. I mean, like you said, it could be religion, it could be financial, it could be just social things, right? It could be their friends and your friends, that kind of thing. It could be a little bit of anything. And I think people have to kind of get over that, especially if you're going to be serious about a relationship and seriously contemplating being together for long term. Because like Clint said, without that communication, without that ability to be truthful and honest and open with each other, your relationship is going to fail anyway. So there's too much on the line when it comes to discussing who you really are and what's really what.
Yeah, I know one of the major questions that stood out to me when I was reading this. It's a lot of them that stood out, but I think this one is I think this is a major issue in a lot of relationships. The one where you say, can you still be friends with the opposite sex? That's a big one for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. True.
And a lot of people, relationships break up over them not either being okay with their significant other, the person they're dating, being friends with somebody of the opposite sex. A lot of people have issues with that.
And that's what comes with knowing your partner.
Mm-hmm.
You should already know that in the beginning. A person will let you know. Like, if I'm talking to a girl and I should already know she has a lot of male friends.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I should know that. Now, I mean, that's what should be like one of the first conversations we have. So, okay, she got a lot of male friends, and if I decide to go forward with it, then why have an issue with it later?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that question, that's what I be talking about when we talk about, because I agree with you. I've seen a lot of people have those same issues with their partners, and I'm like, why? Like, you should have knew that already. Like, that's nothing to do.
Yeah, I feel like that's a sign of insecurity to an extent. It's different. Here's where it's different for me. Okay, so I understand that if I'm talking to somebody and they have female friends, that's all fine and dandy. I'm not gonna say you can't have female friends. In situations that, like, how, like, in some situations where people are friends with people they've slept with, dated at some point in time, and then sometimes I've seen this happen where a person was friends with somebody, but that person really liked them. So it became like, okay, so now they're doing too much in a sense, and it makes the person like, well, why is it like this? Like, how come? Like say if I was dating a guy and I had a guy best friend, and every time the guy I was dating coming around, my best friend was being extra touchy feely, like just in ways like where I'm correcting him, but now he's just being extra because he in secret he likes me. So and now I have to kind of be like cautious of, okay, now I can hang around because he's being extra. So sometimes in those situations, it does. I can see that coming up later on down the road if that person is starting to give off behaviors as if they have feelings for you and things like that, because that's being realistic. Sometimes that happens, not in every case.
I agree. Yeah. I definitely agree.
But in that situation, I definitely want to know, like, why are you friends with this person?
Problem, like say if I was in that situation and it's like, that's on, if your friend is too touchy, like my partner's friend too touchy or whatever, like, you got to check that. It shouldn't be on your partner. It should, you know what I mean? To me, that's not being insecure. You feel me? Like, that's not if you can see it, if you know this person likes you, then why are you even still, you know what I mean? That's dead once you enter a relationship. I don't care how friendly y'all or whatever, you know what I mean? You know he has actual feelings for you, like he wants to be with you. So if he wants to be with you, like, you can't be around him. That just opens the door to so many possibilities.
Exactly.
If you're still willing to walk through that door, But then, like, you're going to be walking alone. Like, I ain't going to walk with you.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you're right on that, because you have to, you as a person in a relationship have to make that choice then, that, what's more important to you, your relationship that you're building or that you're in, or this friendship with a person who's obviously trying to violate not only the friendship but your relationship, right? There's borders and barriers that should be up when it comes to a platonic relationship that now has that extra piece to it, that extra piece to the puzzle. So it just goes, it goes to show about maturity too, because if you know that you're in a platonic friendship with somebody and then they get into a relationship, day one, that the person they're getting in a relationship is going to have questions about what y'all two are really doing, or what you two really have going on. So if you're spending your time with that person all the time and you want to maintain that type of relationship with that platonic friend, then you have to show your significant other or your mate that you're going to be, respectful of your relationship. And when you start to recognize the disrespect to the relationship, then you have to make a decision: either cut that person off or get rid of the relationship. You can't have both pieces of, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Exactly.
People ain't trying to go for that.
I gotta on that one. I got a flip side to that one, because in the world we're in now, it's a lot of people that are bisexual and things like that. So let's flip it to this end. Okay, so you're a girl. Well, you got, I gotta say in the girl sense, because y'all probably won't be as fond of this. Okay, so I'm a girl. I'm dating this guy, all cool and dandy, but I'm bisexual. But I'm into him, and now I got friends of both different sexes, and I'm out, and we go out one night, we chilling, we all dancing at a club, and the girl is being all up on me like we normally do out in the club, just
Right.
like that's my girlfriend, but not really, but whatever, and just being extra, touchy feely, kissing, and all that stuff. So if he said he had a problem with that, did the same rules apply?
I think it does, because I think the situation warrants questioning, right? Because if my thing is, or I think all of us, we've talked about this in other episodes, is that the double standards have to be broken down, right? We got to stop having these double standards. If a guy was doing that, you will automatically assume something was up, right? If his boy was extra touchy feely on his butt, you would be like, y'all must be gay, right? And y'all must be trying to download some relationship situation. So same situation. If your girl has bisexual tendencies, or that the situation is too much for you, even if you don't know, like me myself personally, if my girlfriend had a friend and they were hanging out and and they're kissing and grabbing each other's body parts and all this kind of stuff, and we have a relationship that's exclusive, then I would feel like, okay, that's y'all doing too much. That's over the top. Regardless of how some people might look at it, some people might say, oh man, that that's sexy, or that's this, or that's that, or they just having fun, or whatever. Because women do that, quote unquote. But maybe it's not comfortable for me. Maybe it's like, okay, that's fine for you, but for me, I want my significant other to be with me, and to have these type of encounters with me, not with everybody and anybody, that kind of thing. So I think it should switch up and say, okay, you know what? Hey, you have to follow the same rules. You have to be on the same page that you would expect me to be on.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, period. What he said. Now, I mean, feel me? Like, with me, it goes back to what I've always said and what I said to start the show: communication. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We all got our personal preferences. Like Willie said, that might not be a preferable situation for him, me neither, or somebody else. But going in, I should already know what's what. You feel me? If I already know, my partner is bi, I should already, in my mind, I gotta play out certain possibilities. You feel me? That or certain situations that could arise, and now I got to think of how will I deal with it. If I, you know what I mean, then you proceed. You feel me? So if we proceed further than that, there's not really much I can say unless it's just some old she do something old extra over the wall type stuff. But you know, if there's communication, I know what's what. You feel me? I already know what it is. Then I don't understand. I wouldn't have an issue if I prefer that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About preference and communication. You feel me? Like, it's real simple.
I could dig that. I could dig that.
Because when you had when you have certain conversations, you really get to the nit and grit of who you are early on. You feel me? There's no need to bullshit later. You know what I mean? A lot of that bullshit can be avoided. You're always gonna have issues. We're human. You feel me? Nobody's perfect. You're always gonna have issues. But like big stuff like that situation, like you just like we should already know what's what going in. So if a situation arises to where you hugged up with another, like, man, I already know what it is. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I mean? Do your thing. You feel me? Handle your business. Like that's what she do.
Yeah.
All right.
And
well, I think
go
ahead.
Oh, I was about to say I was going to just touch on this one more time, or one last time. You know, and I think when you do have that conversation, regardless of what your preference is or what your situation is, I think that everybody has to have an understanding about, you know, this particular question is big, you know, especially when it comes to people who have the tendency to have those opposite sex friends or friends of the sex that you're you know attracted to, is that you have to have that conversation and establish those ground rules, right? You know, I mean, I've had different ground rules with different people over the years. I mean, my current situation, you know, we have a set of ground rules, and you know, my girlfriend has explained to me how she wants me to operate in this particular topic, and I've agreed to it because I feel like my relationship with her is more important than, you know, satisfying some chicks that don't mean that to me. You know, that it's like, yeah, we was cool, we was friends, but you know, I have something bigger and better that I'm building over here, and I would rather, you know, do something that keeps her comfortable and it's comfortable to me. And, you know, it's not, I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's very, you know, she explained her feelings and I, you know, I concurred that it made sense. So we're happy. We're good with it. So, you know, I think everybody has to come to that agreement, that compromise, right? And without that, you know, you will have problems in the future, because if you don't have the ground rules set, people don't know how to operate.
Exactly.
I definitely 100% agree with that. That's real. That's all the part about being open and honest and setting those boundaries, because boundaries are big. I'm big on setting boundaries. You have to set those, because people will walk over them if you don't place them in certain areas of your life. People will walk right past them and keep them moving and do what they want.
Or you can't make assumptions on a person either. You can't say, oh, well, I think they'll do this just because I'm in the picture. Like, no, you can't make that assumption. People have their own feelings and thoughts and, you know, and ways of doing things. So you got to definitely put it out there what you feel.
Exactly. I know the other big thing I know in a lot of relationships, and sometimes can be an assistant of the downfall of relationships or marriages, is when people share their business with friends and family. I know a lot of people don't like to, and I understand from a standpoint of you need an outlet to kind of rationalize your thought process when things happen in relationships, and that you just kind of figure out how the best way to respond, or you don't want to overreact, so you try to get that feedback. But the question basically lies in how much should you tell friends, how much a relationship or marriage should you tell or share with your friends and family? I think, like, so what do you guys think about that one?
No. Unless you're being abused.
Let's be realistic about it.
I'm being realistic. No, unless you are being abused, what's going on in your household and in your relationship should stay between you and yours. You feel me? I don't want to know. Like that, know what I mean? Like, unless there's some abuse going on, It's something with kids, you know what I mean? Unless it's that drastic, it's none of my business. You feel me? Why should it be? I'm not paying no bills in your house. I'm not feeding none of y'all. You feel me? Y'all not feeding me. Like, I don't need to know everything. I don't need to know every detail.
Mhm. Right.
You don't need to know every detail. Nah, I mean,
this one is a topic I really haven't touched on in previous relationships. Me and my girlfriend have kind of talked about it a little bit in a way. Like, I don't think we've fully jumped into this whole, how much do you share with your friends and family thing. I know how she feels about certain things that are broadcast and that kind of thing. But, in terms of who you're sharing your business with, in terms of everything across the board, I don't think we really dove into that one. So it's definitely going to probably be one of those topics that we'll probably have to kind of work through and see what we both think. She's probably listening now, so she's probably listening intently. So right now, I mean,
you're making a list of what you need to talk to you about after the show.
Exactly. So I think right now, in my opinion, I kind of agree with Clint, because in a way I'm fairly private about what I do. I'm not completely private. You know me. I'm the king of social media, and I call myself Mr. Doing the most, right? So I'm always doing the most. I'm always out here, and I don't have a problem broadcasting it. I think personally, I feel like there's certain things and certain aspects that I don't have a problem with broadcasting, that kind of stuff. Some people say, some people just like to broadcast the happy times. Well, that's what I like to broadcast. I don't mind broadcasting. We're going out, we're going to do this, and we're doing that, or whatever, or we're having a good time.
That's cool.
I have no problem broadcasting that. Some people do. Some people are like, hey, you don't need to know about my happy times. You don't need to know about anything, and that's fine. But, personally, I just, I don't have a problem with that. If you are having issues, I mean, my first response to that is have a trusted advisor, have a trusted friend. Not everybody in the family, not have family meetings about every little thing that happens in your household. Everybody in your family is not rooting for you. You got to remember that. And not everybody that friends are your real friends. So you have to have trusted advisor, somebody like you said, Sonny, that you can kind of level set and make sure that you're not tripping, or make sure that you are thinking straight, that kind of thing. But you got to know that person is really there for you, and it's not, they don't have to be rooting for.
Hello.
I know, right? But they have to be. But they have to be not to say unbiased, but you know what I mean. They have to be at a point in their life where they're not trying to sabotage, right? So.
Go ahead.
Are you Clint?
I don't know. Hold on. I think he's.
I don't know if that was his mic or what I say? It threw me off a little bit. Yeah. So you want a person who's going to be able to just kind of give you the real, right? Be honest with you about your relationship or your situation, and be that person you can bounce off of. But have that one person, maybe two, but I would prefer one, right? Because I know, I have one really good friend who, if I'm really having a real issue in my relationship, or a real issue at home, or a real issue personally, that I will go to him, and I know it's going to be between me and him, and I know that it's going to be something that we both can like adults. Right? No, it's not Damon.
Can I give a quick flip side to that real quick though?
Me and David, we got our thing, but there's and him share a common, like, got the same kid situation, we got the same kind of relationship situations, we have we share a lot of mindset, the way we do things. So I know that when I ask for advice, he's going to give me either great advice or he's going to give me honest advice. You know what I mean? For me, so I think that's what you need is that trusted advisor. Not everybody and their mama in your business.
But see, let me give a flip side to that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing. I don't want you coming to me, right? Now I'm looking at you, and you tell me some deep stuff about what you going through, right? And you got me looking at your significant other in a certain way now.
Go ahead.
But then, all of a sudden, you flip the script and everything cool. But you got me, you done had me in the mix. It's like, don't get me emotionally involved in something, and then you flip the script on me.
I completely agree with that.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the flip side of that. You feel me? Like, I agree we all should have, I got people I can talk to, but like, you know what I mean? It got to be super deep. You know what I mean? Outside of that, like, you know what I mean? I keep my stuff to myself. You feel me? But if somebody come to me and they talking this, that, and the third, and then they go back, and it's like, now I'm looking crazy because you got me thinking one way, but you totally moving in a different way.
Exactly.
I ain't got time for that. What I look like? I'm not your dumpster. Don't come dump your shit on me and then go back and like everything clean. You clean now. Let me go put that shit on him and then you clean. Like, nah, don't do that to me. I don't want to hear it.
I definitely agree with that because I feel like here's my take on this whole situation. But Clint, I absolutely agree. I've been in that situation and I understand because you get all caught up in emotionally. You mad at them, this person. But you know what? Like I said on a previous show, I'm to the point where as if you come to me with your advice, right? And in this situation, it's just shit in a handbasket, and you just I'm over. I'm tired of shit. He did or she did X. Like they could do the worst shit to you, and then you back with them. I don't want to hear shit about them. Don't come tell me this nigga started a business. Don't tell me this person about to marry you. You think I'm gonna be like, yay, bitch? No, I don't. Like I've done that. People like why, and people get and I have friends get mad at me because I'm to the point where like I'm done. Like once you got me emotionally involved, and then you still acting like this is the best shit walking, and I know it's clearly not. Like I don't have time for it. Like I don't want to hear nothing about them. They can crash into a
did you lie to me?
And I don't even care, huh?
But they have you thinking like, did you lie to me?
Yeah,
right.
That's exactly. Right. But well, I do feel like this. Here's my biggest problem with this situation. As much as I am, and I laugh at this because a lot of people say I share. I'm very open, and I share a lot of myself. I do, but a lot of my stuff is private. There's a lot of things that I don't share, and on the outside looking in, if you met me, you think, oh, this girl tell her whole business. No, I don't. Like I tell what I want you to know, and you just don't know all the other stuff. And I also think that people lose themselves when they always share the bad and don't share the good. And I feel like I feel exactly what Willie was saying. Some people ain't for you, whether it's friends, family, or nothing. They don't give a fuck. They miserable and they want you to be miserable right along with them. So everything this guy or that girl do is like, yes, bitch. She thought she was happy. Like people are like that, and it's real. I've seen it. So I've lived it at some point in my life. But I just feel like it's just you shouldn't share everything. Everything is not for everybody. Everything is not for social media. Everything is not for just anyone. Keep shit to yourself. And I'm saying this, and people, like I said, if I sat and had a conversation with people about my life, they would look like I'm crazy because they think they know everything about me and they don't. And it's amazing. I think the people that know the most about me was the people who read my blog more than the people that's actually currently in my life. And they still don't, and that's not even half of my life. So, you know what I'm saying? And like, but when people think that you overshare and they don't realize that they missing the whole rest of the part of you, I think it's amazing. But you have to keep relationships and some things private because it's for you. Not everything is for everybody else. And I'm all for finding a person that you can kind of vent to. But see, when I do that, when I feel like I want to vent or talk about my relationship and try to get advice about certain situations, I ask people that I don't talk to every day. I find somebody. I got this one friend. I call her my wise one. I don't talk to her every day. If I call her, she know that I need her advice, and I can tell her the story, and she'll give me real raw and uncut nothing catered for my feelings. Like she's like, bitch, you dumb. Like she'll tell me that. You know, and this is why I go to her, because when and that's why I say you need people to kind of, like, sometimes I may my reaction is 10 steps ahead. I'm thinking 10 steps ahead. Sometimes it's not that deep, but for me it is. So I need somebody to ground me and come back to the full circle to kind of make me understand not only my point of view, but that other person's point of view, and see where maybe I might have read too wrong into a situation, or maybe I'm just, you know, or maybe I'm valid.
Right.
But she'll give me that real raw and uncut and unfiltered, and not sugarcoat nothing, or not try to put it in a present and give it to me. It's like real raw and uncut, and I appreciate that about her. But like you have to keep some of your business your own. You can't just, like, if you ain't getting married, having a baby, and like you said, claim he ain't beating your ass and and fucking with the kids and nothing like that. You should just have your own life and keep on. Right. Everybody go through ups and downs.
Well, you know, I think that goes back to that trusted advisor is. I mean, not say that you can't be trusted, but you wouldn't be a suitable trusted advisor because you, like you've already stated, you will get too emotionally attached to the situation, right?
I have, and then at the while, and you need your life. I don't even care.
Right, and so when you have that trusted advisor, like you said, your wise one, she probably doesn't get emotionally attached to the BS that you go through, or the issues that you bring up, or even, you know, whatever. She looks at it from the point of view of, this is what's best for you, and hopefully you will follow her lead or her advice. But she probably doesn't fully attach herself and be like, oh my God, you know, I can't believe you're still dealing with this dude, you know, that kind of stuff. If it's the same thing, but you know, in my situation, the guy that I talk to, he's grounded to the fact of life happens, and when I come to him, you know, it's not always negative. It's like, you know, it could be positive, it could be whatever, it could just be, you know, day-to-day stuff. But when I come to him and say, look, I need some advice, or tell me what you think about what I'm thinking here, or whatever the case may be, he doesn't get emotionally attached to the situation. He's just like, okay, he takes a step back, listens from an unbiased point of view to say, okay, you know, maybe you should see it her way, or maybe you should think about it this way, or maybe you're right, you know, whatever the case may be. And so you just gotta be real picky about who that advisor is going to be, because you don't want somebody who you're going to turn off, for one, because then they will want you to destroy, to rebuild, or destroy completely what you have, because they're going to be like, look, every time I talk to you, it's connected with this person. This person ain't for you, obviously, or whatever you keep bringing to me, it sounds like this is not working, or you're going to turn them off because you do bring them the negative, but you don't tell them the positives, or you don't tell them the switch up, cause you to feel, you know, or you don't explain yourself properly to them to where they can understand.
Or some people leave out their wrongdoing. Some people make you believe it's all one-sided, and it's like, no, bitch, you ain't shit either. I know you. Yeah. Like, what you do? I ain't do nothing. Yes, you did.
You need somebody who can recognize that too. Because I've had my boy talk about, like, what did you do? What did you say? Or how did this work out for you? You know, and sometimes you'll forget to mention what you did wrong.
No, you don't forget. You selectively forget.
I'm forgetting myself. But you know, I mean, when I was going through my divorce, you know, he would say, well, what about this, or what about that, you know, and then that way I could be like, okay, you know, let me reflect, you know, and kind of help me through the situation and understand. So it was always good advice, you know, and it was always to a point where, you know, I mean, I felt like he definitely just saw things from a perspective of, you know, this is what's in your best interest, you know, and this is advice I have to give, you know, and you know, if whatever you decide to do, more power to you, but you know, here's what I think, and you know, you just need that from somebody, you know, and I'm saying that to say you sometimes can't totally cut everybody off and say, you know, I'm just going to deal with this everything internally. You know, I think everybody needs a sounding board. If it ain't a therapist, it's something acts like a therapist. I mean, my sister is a therapist, and you know, I talk to her sometime about certain things. You know, that's just, you know, I just need to bounce them off somebody. You know, whatever the case may be, and it's you just need that sometimes. You know, so.
Yeah, I like talking to just random people. For real,
you want to talk to random people?
Yeah, that don't got no emotion invested.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, Clint gave good advice without giving advice.
Yeah,
Clint.
You feel me? Like like my thing is, I mean, I want to make something real clear before we move forward. I may got some friends listening. What I mean? We are talking about relationship and marital advice. We ain't talking about, what I mean, personal. What I mean?
Right.
Like you going through something advice. Now, if you going through something that's related to your relationship, my friends already know. I'm gonna look at them first. You feel me? Like I'm like that friend Willie was just talking about. I mean, what you do wrong, bro? Like what? Or how can you? What I mean, how did you react? Because that's the type of friend I want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Let me know something where I'm slipping at. You keep me on my toes, bro. Like what? You feel me? Our friends have you overreact to certain things, certain way. Shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
So that don't mean I'm gonna agree with you, but at least give me, let me know so I can think about
that friends aren't always supposed to agree with them. I think that's a lost thing. It's like when you like they're not you shouldn't have yes friends. You should be have friends. You should be able to have friends that can call you out on your shit when you wrong. Because if you got a bunch of yes friends, then guess what? They're not your goddamn friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they ain't helping you with shit in your life. They're not helping you grow. They're not helping you do shit.
But then I don't want that friend that want me to pacify them neither. See, that'd be the flip side to it. You feel me? A friend come to you because they expect you to always agree with them. You know what I mean? Choose their side. Like, nah, bro, I'm not him. Well, you feel me? Like that's not me. You feel me? Don't bring that to me. Because now you put me in an awkward position. Because now I'm gonna be looking at you sideways.
Yeah, and then you get the friends that feel like you betrayed them because you didn't give them tell them what they wanted to hear. That's not being a real friend. A friend gonna call you out on your shit and let you know when you're right and let you know when you're wrong and let you know when you need to tighten up.
Right.
And be clear, and it's also this too, because, and I say this, I guess this can relate to any type of thing, whether you're going through a personal, like intimate relationship with just a relationship with family. Like you really gotta be careful of the information you give people. You know what I mean? Some people don't really deserve that information.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you said earlier, everything not for everybody. So within the confines of like your relationship or the confines of family, y'all may share certain things a certain way. Like it may not be that deep to y'all because it's in the confines of y'all family. But when that information gives out, or you share that information with somebody else, people react to that differently. You feel me? You don't never want to put your significant other or family member in a position where somebody looking at them sideways.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For no reason. You know what I mean? Because something you may just be thinking, oh, they did this, they did what?
Yeah.
What type of person is that? You know what I mean? But it may not be that deep to you.
Right.
You feel me? But to them now, you feel me? So then they may even look at you differently because you shared that information.
Yeah.
Now they looking like, well, damn, if you sharing that information about them, what you probably say about me?
Right. True.
You feel me? I know you love them more than you love me.
I can dig that. Just gotta be careful when you have conversations. Yeah. Everything is not for everybody. Period.
True.
Facts.
Facts. True.
Everything is not for everybody.
And just be mindful of that. But the other one I definitely want to talk about is the spouse or the person you're in a relationship with having access to your social media account, knowing your passwords and things like that.
Before we get into that question, let's give out the phone number. So anybody wants to join in the conversation, definitely give us a call, 657-383-1155. And we are also live tweeting, so you can tweet us at GFT_radio if you want to join in the conversation.
Indeed.
All right, go ahead, Stoney.
Yeah, but do you guys think, like, I know for me, I'm just feel like that's just too much. It's a level of trust.
Oh yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you for your login accounts or nothing like that. So Like, I'm gonna trust you, and if I feel like something is my spidey tingling, my spidey senses are tingling, I'm gonna ask you about it. And if I ask you about it, you are to assume that I already know, because we, by women, by nature, us women are investigators. So when we think something up, we investigating. So we investigate, and we probably found something. So I just need you not to lie to me. But like, I'm not like, and on top of that, I'm not into that. So I don't have time for that. But I'm not about to give you my passwords and like that. Like, first of all, my passwords are current. They're not that easy, but they're easy enough if you know me, like to a certain level, a point in my life. But I just feel like that's too much. Yeah, it's a level of trust.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you might have my bank account access if we're in a relationship that's long term and we like marriage and shit. You might have those information, but like my Facebook password and Twitter and all that. First of all, that's too much.
Right.
You can go on my page and see what the hell I'm doing. It ain't shit anyway.
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I feel about it too. I'm like, we should be able to follow each other on social media, and maybe if I see something on my page, I'll share it with you or let you know about it. Like, oh, this was funny or this was interesting or whatever the case may be. But having to exchange passwords and stuff, it's just I think it's just over the top. I mean, I'm public enough as it is. I feel like I'm at a point. Especially with this podcast, with my blog, everything else, all my stuff is public anyway. So everything that happens on my page,
we out there. Like, what y'all want to? Not mine. And I don't have a lock on my phone, so I'm not worried about nothing. You can just go on my phone. Cause
right.
I've never had a lock on my phone. Because if I forget it, I'm not gonna be able to get my damn phone, and I don't have time for that shit. So my phone is not locked.
I mean, my phones are locked.
Yeah, my phone locked.
Because I have corporate policy. So they have to be locked. But regardless, there's I just feel like in your own mindset, like you said, you have to be able to trust your partner, right? You have to be able to feel like they're doing right by you to the point of you shouldn't have to track their every movement. That's just too much. It's over the top. You're micromanaging their life at that point. Social media is bad enough as it is.
Right.
You
can't like a picture on Facebook without somebody thinking you're sleeping with somebody. So
Exactly. I mean, me myself, I took the responsibility of deleting all my thirst traps off my Instagram. I'm like, I'm in a relationship. I love my woman, and so I don't need to be hanging out on certain pages and stuff like that. So I took all that stuff off.
Hold on, Willie got thirst traps. Wait a minute.
Hey, I'm just being honest, But it was that was just my thing, I chose to do that. Some people still, they still got thirst traps on their page that they look at all day and they married, they don't care, So it's like, it's up to you how you operate. But I feel like my woman shouldn't have to be in my phone at the same time looking like, oh, let's track down every message you see, and I think that's over the top. I just think there should be a limit to it. It should be like a boundary, right? Like we should be able to have our own private thoughts, our own private I don't know. It's there's limits. I just feel like it's limits. I don't want to see everything she thinks. I don't want to track everything she's doing. That's ridiculous to me. I'm in a relationship where I love her. I think I should be able to trust her. If I feel like I can't trust her, then we got a problem. And the problem's going to be bigger than social media. So that shouldn't be the downfall of the relationship anyway.
I mean, I look at it from two different perspectives, honestly. Because this question is spouse and girlfriend. Like it depends on the level of the relationship. Like just my girl, we not like you said something that was weird to me. Well, not weird, but I mean, like they can get the bank with the debit card number and the bank access code, but but that's for long term. You said, right?
Yeah, that's long term. That's not any old we just dating. Hell no.
Yeah. But see, if I'm able to give you that, then you can have I don't care about my Facebook codes and none of that past, have them. You feel me? But my spouse may have them for different reasons. I may want her to have access to my social media.
No, that's different than wanting. It's the one thing should you be required to give it to them.
No, nobody's required to do nothing. You feel me? Girlfriend, spouse, or nothing. Husband or boyfriend. I mean, nobody's required to do a damn thing. And nobody's slave. You feel me? But I feel like, you make certain concessions within, relationships and the level of the relationships. Like you said, it's a trust issue. Why do you want my passwords? You feel
Right.
me? Like you trying to check up on me? Like I ain't in the business being looked after. I mean,
But that's my thing. My
like,
phone is unlocked. I'm logged in to all my social media accounts. So, like I said, I don't lock my phone because that's not something I do. So if anybody want to find something about me, it's easy to pick up my phone. Like, bitch, what you gonna see? Nothing.
I lock my phone because everybody shouldn't be privy to everything. And I don't want all my friends knowing certain other people's numbers.
Well, nobody. I mean, people shouldn't be going in your phone. Period.
Yeah, but people weird.
Yeah,
yes, I did say that. Yes, they are.
My sister's like that. My sister will go on your phone if it's unlocked.
Yeah, I mean, like some people just do that. You feel me? But I don't keep nothing weird in my phone. My daughter got my unlocked, code. My 5-year-old daughter, so like she go on my phone at any time because it got her games on there, everything. So I don't keep nothing crazy on my phone. I just don't. And she got her own little phone, one of my old phones she used. But that's the only.
They have the app Balti, so if you're gonna put something on there, you can lock it out with a code. Not that I know anything about it, but I'm just telling you.
I know you sure you don't. Sure you don't. I mean, but like,
I don't have it on my phone, so I'm good.
It's just like if it's my wife at that point, like in my mind, I'm thinking I'm giving them to her anyway. Because
right.
social media, it's also about business opportunities, business things as well. So I may need her to do something for me. The situation I can't get to it or whatever, do that for me. I'm busy.
Mm-hmm.
Go on my social media, run that. You know what I mean? So like, I don't really see if you ain't doing nothing foul, you shouldn't care anyway. But you feel me? At the same time.
But you don't got to be doing nothing funny. You can just. It's the fact that like you ain't got to be doing shit, like nothing. Like I like the guy I'm dating, I leave my phone just randomly, like, and like I said, it's not locked. Do I think he ever looked at it? No. If he did, he ain't find shit. So I'm not like, it's nothing for me. I feel like I should be worried about the things that you got to log into. You got to know a password. Like my bank information, you got to know the login to get into that. Other than that, like, and maybe I should lock my phone, but I don't. Like my phone is normally always with me. It's not like, I mean, I left it a couple places here and there, but like other than that, it's majority of the time it's with me.
That's your virtual wallet. You understand that?
No, but I don't. Like that's what I said. I don't have that. I don't have that Samsung Pay.
Yeah, but I'm trying to say you probably got more information in your phone than anywhere. You ain't about to leave your purse open out in the open, is you?
Well, I do at
it's
work.
A new age,
I do at work. I got it in my cube hanging up. But I don't be like that's my thing. Like this is me. Like I don't carry cash. I don't carry cash. I don't like do anything that you have to get into to see about anything. You have like anything like my bank information. You have to have a login for that. Like there's no fingerprint. There's nothing. You have to have my code, my password to get in both of my bank situations. So you can't just get into those. So and then like I said, my wallet, my pocketbook. You got to be able to know my PIN numbers to get into my bank information. You can't. But I have fraud protection where you can't just go in.
Is it?
Well, maybe I'm wrong for not having my damn.
Nah, let me ask y'all something real quick, Joe. Do you think you feel me? Is there like a period where it shouldn't matter?
Yeah, I mean, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, what you said, Clint. I mean, I don't want to give her no ideas either. I don't want to give her. But I feel like if me and my girl got married and she was like, hey, I want to check out your Facebook page or I want to whatever, she actually doesn't even have Facebook, so she'll probably be like, let me check out your Facebook page, right? What I have a problem with it, I don't think I would be like trying to hide anything because there's nothing to hide. So I'll probably be like, okay, here, have at it, whatever. So So, as a requirement, I think it would kind of rub me the wrong way a little bit. But as like you said, like if I was like, hey, babe, I need you to take care of such and such for me on my Facebook page, and I'm busy. I need these posts updated. She would probably do it for me. I'd be like, look, all right, here's the passwords, here's the accounts, just take care of it for me, or here's the phone, or whatever, because I got multiple phones, I got devices.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, take this device, that way you have access to it, just post it for me, blah, 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 blah. She would probably do it for me and would take care of it for me, right? So it'd be like, okay, cool. I had nothing to hide, so it wouldn't be an issue, I feel like you're right on that. It's like that trust. If I could trust her with my money, I should be able to trust her with my social media, right? Especially for something that is already public anyway. But even if it wasn't public, I was like, this part I keep private to my family or whatever the case may be. Maybe that kind of thing. I used to I didn't keep my Facebook private to my family back in the day. So it's like, I wouldn't have a problem with that because it'd be like you said, it's that trust level, and. I also feel like that she's not trying to do it to check up on me. She's just doing it because she just needs to do something or needs to see something or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to trip, because it's not a big deal. But, I think as a requirement, it just seems weird, to be like,
I would.
You gotta turn over these passwords as soon as you get married. Like, bro, what kind of stuff is that? That's weird.
I'm not about to. Let me tell you about this. If I'm dating, I'm currently dating, say I want to see your Facebook. Here you go. I'm already logged in on my phone. Go right ahead, have at it. My password, nah, bruh. My password, nah. Can't have that because some of my passwords are similar, and I don't need you. Like, I don't know. I like it's too much. If you might log in my Facebook and now you might know my bank password. That's too much. Like we just dating, dude. Right. None of that. So if you want to see it, by all means, here, have at it. It's go open on my phone. Like I said, right. I remember one time he actually left me in his house, and he asked me. I was doing a podcast that day at his house, and I logged in, and his Facebook was wide open. Now I could have been all up and through that man business, but you know what I did? I logged him out and I logged in. Cause and I just feel like that's too much for me. For me personally, like I'm not that person. Like if I feel like I got to snoop, we don't need to be together.
Exactly.
That's just me. Because I'm like, if I have to investigate you, we don't like. And it's crazy because I just investigated a guy I dated a while back. This nigga been beating on bitches forever. He been locked up. I'm like, oh shit, I dodged a bullet. Like I found it out after years of not dealing with him that he been locked up for years, beating up on bitches and beating on kids. I'm glad I dodged that bullet. But, like, had I did that when I first started talking to him, we wouldn't even made it because I feel like I shouldn't have to look you up. Like, I'm not about to do that. Like, I'm not about to stalk your Facebook. I'm not about to make you, like, some people do this. Some people make your Facebook, every time you post, they get an alert. I don't got time for that shit. I don't care. Because I'm a big fan of, if you do dirt, if something's going to find out, and especially with guys. If a guy cheats and your side bitch want to be known, she going to make herself known by any means necessary. She going to know who your main chick is and be all up in her inbox telling her what you and her did. So I feel like this. I'm not going to have to check up on you because if you're doing something wrong, that side bitch going to want to know, want me to know who she is and how long she been fucking you, and she going to let me know. I don't even got to look. Like, I could be something simple as post a picture of us on Facebook, and you happen to be tagged in it or something, and she's going to inbox me on some fake Facebook page and tell me how long you and her been doing it. So I don't have time to be checking up on people.
Mm-hmm. I'm sitting here thinking. I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, yeah, if this some girl I'm dating asks me for my password, like, yeah, she could just go out my face, like, you got me, like, it's over. Like, I don't even want to talk to you no more. Like, the audacity. The audacity.
That's too much. That's just too much. Even as a relationship, I wouldn't want to know your password.
Like, we really got to be, like, we
unless
really,
you dead and you make your page a legacy page.
Man, if you don't got my PIN numbers and all that stuff like that, my fake account numbers and stuff like that, if you ain't got access to that, you feel me? Don't even ask me for my password.
You don't need to know shit.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you don't need to know nothing.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
You don't even know where my piggy bank at. You don't even know where my piggy bank at yet. You talking about?
Like, you don't even know my middle name, bitch. You don't need to. You don't need no password. What's my middle name?
The middle name,
You
right?
don't even
Not
know.
the middle name.
You don't even know, bitch. So
See.
now you can't have a password.
Yeah, you probably want to get past that hurdle first before you.
If you can't call me by my middle name, nigga, you can't have my password. No, let alone. Matter of fact, on top of this, because don't nobody call me by my real name. If you call me by my real name, bitch, we better be in love. What? You better red or sunny me. You say right. My goddamn government, bitch. You better be paying the bill. You paying the bill? Okay, no. So you don't need to know shit. You can have that bill's password.
Right.
You down with PSNG? You can know that password. Hold on. I'll make one just for you.
All you gotta do is take the bill down there. That's all you gotta
right.
do.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, no. Here go the account number. You go right ahead and go ahead and pay that bill.
Yeah, I won't put this on this house. You live here now.
So what other questions did y'all see that kind of stood out as essential questions?
One question was really dumb. What's a disrespectful time to come in the house? I'm like, bitch, if you with me, you better not come to the house. If you ain't out partying and you just walk up in the house from a hard day at work and you come in my house at 2 o'clock in the morning, you walking right, you're not even getting in there and you outside looking homeless and shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? I wish you would. Oh, that's another thing. Should you tone down your sexy? And I think that's more towards the females, because I think you guys just, y'all look the way you're currently doing things. It's different where a female dressing how she want to dress and showing off everything, and now she with a man and she got to kind of tone it down. Do you guys feel that way?
I'm going to let that disrespect slide. You feel me? I'm going to let that disrespect slide. You feel me?
I mean, how can y'all tone down? I want to know how y'all can tone down that sexy then.
Listen, y'all, my sexy never left. My sexy's always.
You know what?
I mean, ain't none of these Justin Timberlake niggas trying to bring sexy back. You feel me? My sexy
they never left.
Live and direct. You feel me? So what you talking about? But
oh Lord.
as far as like,
hold on,
do you? I got attracted. If you was being on.
If you attracted to me when I had my titties out, then you attractive now. Don't try to tell me to put them away.
Like,
they look cute.
You
was
who you was before you got here. Like, that's what I like. You feel me? If I like
if you met a thought when you fell in love with this thought, I'm gonna be a thought the whole relationship. Don't you act like I'm I'm only playing. No, I'm only playing. Shut up. I'm only playing.
I'm just saying. I'm dead serious. Like, don't be one way. Then when you get with me, now you won't be all self-righteous.
A church mouse.
Yeah, like I ain't beat.
Yeah, I that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like, you know the way the person was when you got with them. I mean, it'd be one thing if it was like, okay, when you got with them they were a certain way, or you were like, okay, well they only dressed like this when they were going out, but all of a sudden now that we together they dress like this every day. Yeah, maybe that might be shocking and surprising and a little disheartening. But if they are a certain way, then you gotta let them be that way. That's who they are. That's who you claim you fell in love with. So don't be tripping now. So yeah, that's just too much. I mean,
so this is.
I don't know.
Oh, go ahead. Got another question that I just saw. Mm-hmm. It says, "How much sex is to be expected?" I don't think you should have a limit on that. It's whenever it should just like I don't. But I think that's more towards married folks, because married people say that once they get married, it just don't happen as much.
Right. I'm about to say. I don't think it should be an upper limit. I think it should be. I think sometimes you need a lower limit, right? Because people do.
Hold on, guys. We got a call. I just want to get them in while we on. Hold on. Caller, you on the line?
Hello, it's Damon.
Hey, Dame.
What up? Oh, what up, though?
What up, though?
What are we talking about today?
Oh my God, you're fired. We just asked the whole question. We're not about to go through the whole show topic. It's just random questions that people need to talk about, whether they're getting a relationship or whether they're dating or going to a relationship or married. And the current question is, huh?
But this is why I don't talk to him.
Why is he coming all late? Nobody got time to explain that to you. You should have been on the call at the beginning. But
think you are the other
Okay.
Jabril.
Okay, I'll see y'all next week.
you
I
ain't
don't
the
want to talk
other
about this
Jabril.
anyway.
What happened to the other Jabril? We love him. What happened to him?
I was just working out with him over video chat yesterday.
Oh, tell him we
What's
said
up?
what up, though.
All right. But
And tell him he fired. He supposed to call us.
Right.
But no, the latest question was, should sex be expected?
Or how much sex should be expected in your relationship?
Yes.
Or when.
Or whatever.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's whatever. Y'all should know each other's sex drive. That's what I'm saying.
That's why I said it should be.
If you knew,
why I said it should be more than just marriage.
Yeah, like if you knew she was you know what I mean? What's the word I'm looking for? Not promiscuous. High sex drive.
Or cheap an info.
You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to get it, if you knew that, don't get. You know what I mean? Like don't get all. You feel me? Like you want to put limits on it now. If you knew he was a jackrabbit when you met him, don't be trying to put limits on stuff now.
I'm thinking that's I know a lot of my friends that say they got married and all of a sudden that just left. It's few and far between. And I mean, and they feel like, well, you got kids, you got stuff. I'm like, I understand all that, but life. What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? I don't understand. Please help me understand.
Everybody approaches it differently. I think because everybody's different in their situation, right? I mean, you got people who are always ready to go, regardless of life, regardless of kids, regardless of homework, regardless of I got to be work early in the morning. Some people are gonna still want to get down with the get down. Then you're gonna have people who are situational. They're gonna be like, we just had a nice date. Kids ain't home. Let's go wild. But soon as somebody else is in the house, we gotta be quiet, or we not doing it at all. Or I gotta be up in the morning, so nope, it's not going down, or whatever the case may be. Some people are situational, and then like you said, you had those marriages. I mean, that just have nothing. Once they get married, that's it. No more sex. And it's unfortunate
that's
because.
Terrible.
Intimacy is an important part of a relationship too. You can't be in a relationship that has no intimacy. That's it's gonna fold in on itself as well. I mean, once you get to a certain age, that's gonna cut down anyway. But when you're still young and able, why not? So it's it just makes sense that not and earlier I was saying there shouldn't be an upper limit. I was joking when I said it should be a lower limit, but there should be a comfort level, right? Like Clint said, if you know your mate, especially when y'all were dating or when you first got married, if you know that at that point when you started having sexual relationships with them, a sexual relationship with them, or sexual activities with them, what type of sexual person they are, and if they're the type that always ready to go, always need it, or whatever the case may be, don't expect that to tone down or to switch off just because y'all get married or y'all have kids or whatever the case may be. That person might still be on and popping, but again, this is one of those things you have to have that conversation. You have to be able to say, what do you think? But be ready if it changes too. You know what I mean? There's going to be situations where, you're just not going to be in the mood, or you will be tired. I mean, I feel like I'm always ready to go, but I have limits too. It's like, okay, if I've been running around all this and the other going on, I might feel like I'm tired, passing out, I'm falling asleep. I can't have sex while I'm asleep. I mean, I probably could.
Well, I mean, nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna sit corner like a perfect little church mouse. Wait a minute, I'm shut up. Continue.
I do whatever I need to do to make sure my mental status. But when you in certain situations, things might switch up a little bit. But don't be mad that person hasn't changed their sex drive because of ABC or whatever the situation is now. I think everybody should get to that comfort level and say, hey, what's your expectation? What's your reality? Because some people might have expectations. I mean, I feel like you need to be adjustable and adaptable, but don't take it out the equation. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've had it sometimes. Like you said, I mean, I don't think it should be like a requirement or least or most amount or whatever. It should just happen organically. I think when it's scheduled, it's kind of not great. It's like I feel like it's I don't know. I mean, it could be done, but it just feel like it's an obligation.
If it's an obligation, yeah, it becomes mechanical.
And it's like, come on, man, that's too much. I would very prefer the randomness of like, bitch, what you doing? Nothing. All right, let's go. But type of thing. But like to schedule that stuff and make an obligation, like I have to have this many times this week. Like, come on, that's too much. Y'all don't believe me? Okay, because you guys never liked you in the first place.
I believe you. Damon,
never liked you in the first place.
To each his own. Everybody got different schedules. Like, not to put anybody's business out there, you know, I know people who put their kids in strollers and just to go off in another room for a minute to get theirs. Then I know a couple of months ago, somebody was shaming another celebrity because they say they get it on while breastfeeding their kid.
What?
So,
whoa. Wait a minute. Backspace, the control alt delete. What?
I know. I heard about that. I forgot who it was though, but I heard about that.
I forgot who it was. They were on Instagram or something saying that, you know, if my husband or boyfriend wants it, you know, he got to get it, you know. But at the same time, why is the kid there? Getting isn't it a conflict of interest? Like,
right. Yeah,
That's how I can put it.
That one was a little weird to me, but hey, I don't know. I can't control everybody's sex life. So I don't.
That's different. That's really different, and I'm scared.
Very.
That child.
Yeah, but you know, I understand life gets in the way.
Did you say pineapples?
Yeah, that's what Kevin Hart said when you don't feel safe. You got a lot of pineapples. Pineapples.
That's her.
Yellow pineapples, right? That's the safe word.
To each his own. I mean, I know life gets in the way. It's like sometimes you got to make up for it or plan a date. Sometimes life does get that hectic, but other times, sometimes just be spontaneous. You know, sometimes that's the best time to do it. When it's just spontaneous.
Yeah, just being adjustable. Yeah, just being adjustable.
Yeah, but you know, not to just dismiss your mate altogether. Like, oh, well, I'm tired because said reason. You know, sometimes you do it when you're tired or don't feel like it. And other times, let's go. I'm ready. I had 2 Red Bulls and Mountain Dew. Let's go. That's all I got. I think she's still stuck on that whole celebrity.
Oh, so the other question that stood out for me was how much time should you spend with your single friends? So not just opposite sex. We're talking people who just are single while you're in this relationship. What do you guys think about that discussion? Should that be had? Should that?
I mean, I guess don't that just go towards? I mean, we all need that time to be with our friends. You know, just because they're single, like, why are we judging them?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? It's like it all goes to trust. You feel me? Yeah. Just because and then you gotta trust my judgment and friends,
right?
At the same time. So you know, my friend, like, I mean, like, my friend ain't gonna put me in a position to where I'm gonna lose something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some friends.
So,
you have to know your friends. You know your friends better than you know.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I get that. I do.
They're not your friend. That's why you can't call everybody a friend.
Well, the people you hang out with, you know them better than your mate or spouse, unless y'all both are, you know, the mutual friends. You know what kind of trouble you can and can't get into with that person. I mean, hanging out with single people can be kind of like an enlightenment from the everyday norm of being with another couple. Like sometimes you need a fresher, breath of fresh air to not be with kids if the kids involved or your mate in their trials and tribulations. Maybe they don't even know your mate that well. Maybe you can like vent and talk to them about whatever issues that's kind of further away from that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like where you can vent without any repercussions of it getting back to her or him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can dig that. Personally, you feel me? Like, hello?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sir.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're
I dig
here.
that.
We're just quiet.
Just so crisp. This sound is just so crisp on this radio show. Like,
Yeah. Know what I mean? Yeah, I definitely agree with Damon though. Sometimes it's best to when you can really get away to talk to somebody that has nothing to do with the situation. You know what I mean? Nothing to do with the situation. You know what I mean? But like I said, if you choose your friends correctly, it shouldn't matter. You feel me? If she don't got faith, if she don't like my friends, then you know what I mean? Like I said, you knew who I was before I got here. You knew who my friends were. They ain't changing. I don't care if they single or not. You feel me? Like, that shouldn't even matter, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree because that goes back to what I was saying earlier about if you know that opposite sex person friend is going to be disrespectful to your relationship, you got to drop them or you got to make a choice. Same thing happens with your single friends. If your single friend is being disrespectful to your relationship, it's the same situation. You have to make that choice. Are you going to drop that friend or drop dealing with that friend in this regard, or are you going to choose them over your relationship? You have to make a choice at that point. You got to be responsible.
Exactly.
Relationship. So.
Exactly.
And,
I don't think that you should have. Go ahead,
I'm
Dave.
sorry. I was going
ahead.
to say you also have to have some boundaries too, because and it's something you might have to talk to your spouse about and your friend, because your friend will understand that they don't want to come between your relationship with you and your spouse. Like another situation I heard on the radio, this woman befriended somebody that was real cool at their job. He was homosexual, but he would call his female friend late, very early in the morning, like 2 or 3 in the morning, about their problems. Expect, that's kind of disrespectful. Even though you are homosexual, you have the same taste in men. Still, that's one of those boundaries you shouldn't be crossing. Like that's after a certain time, that's me and my wife time only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that it shouldn't be, like Clint said, a limit on who you can hang with as your friends. You should know your friends better. You have friends that you know that you can hang with, and it ain't gonna be no problem. You have people that you know that you just really can't because they just don't know how to turn down and be like relaxed. And just not that they're friends, but associates, people that you hang with, and that
right.
you know that they just who they are, and they just not right for every situation. So you definitely know, and like Damon said about boundaries. Y'all know I said that previous on the show and before. Boundaries are everything. You have to set them. So you have to be mindful of those types of things. And I wouldn't say to somebody that they can't, or somebody I'm dating or whatever, that they can't hang out with their single friends. They were friends prior to me. So why would I tell them that they all of a sudden now that they're with me, they can hang out with these people that they've known for years?
Right.
At the end of the day, it's not for their friends to respect your relationship. It's for them to respect your relationship. So,
yep, exactly.
That's just it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that one.
Speaking of boundaries, and I think like the final friend scenario is friends with exes. What do y'all think about that question? Are you allowed, or can you have conversations or friendships with exes?
I think it depends. It depends.
Situational base.
It's a situational basis because in certain situations, you kind of like, especially when kids involved, you have to be friends to a certain extent, or you not have to, you should be. Especially when you have kids with the prior person. Yeah, because I won't say it's a requirement, but hopefully you have come to a place where you can be friends.
Nah,
and then you can have a
It could be
civil conversation when it involves the kid.
Right.
What?
Like we ain't friends. We just why'd you say we ain't friends? We just cordial.
Yeah. But like to that extent. But like sometimes you end up on really good terms with an ex. Like you dated them for whatever reason it didn't work out, but y'all became like either y'all was friends prior and y'all still are great friends and it just didn't work out. And there's no love lost. There's no I'm trying to get you back, you trying to win me back type of situation. And y'all can have general conversations where it don't lead to things. Like I'm a big fan of this. If you can't talk to them while you're around me, then you shouldn't be talking to them while you're not around me.
True.
Because that's at that point, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's not that you have to talk to them around me, but I feel like if you feel like you can't talk to them around me, then that's not somebody you need to be talking to. Period. I don't care who the fuck they are.
Right.
I feel like it's just like y'all said, situational based, but it's a level of security, confidence you have to have in yourself, and in your partner. You know, so
trust,
like it really, that trust. So it depends, and like I said, it depends on how their relationship ended, as well.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, what is the reasons their relationship ended? Was it something out of their hands? So maybe those feelings still really there, but yet they just moved on. Like,
right.
Nah, I don't know if I could. As a man, I could sit here and say like, I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that.
Right.
Nah, I mean, like, nah. Whenever feelings still involved, like if those feelings, like y'all never had that conversation, that it'll never happen again.
Yeah.
Or if it's not understood, like, then nah.
It's funny, because I just had this conversation the other day. I was talking about this situation with somebody, and we just had this conversation, and I said, like, and that's when we get back to the boundaries. You have to create boundaries. Even if you had kids with somebody, sometimes you can have kids with people and they still really want you. For whatever reason, y'all broke up, y'all hate each other, but in some way, that they still want to deal with you into some capacity. And that's why they're being bitter. That's why they're being spiteful. That's why they're doing little things because they know that they still have feelings for you. So at that sense, you have to create a boundary and say, like, this is what it is and this is what it's not going to be. I don't care what your fantasy is. It's just never going to happen. And you have to kind of you have to rip that bandit off without no regard. Because you got to let them know, like, this is what it is. And if we can't get past this, then I can't talk to you.
Yeah. I think it definitely
done
goes.
That.
Mm-hmm. I think it definitely goes down to not only boundaries and not only trusting your partner, but letting your partner know it may not be about you're trusting them, you just don't trust the other person, right? I mean, sometimes you can't trust people in their intentions or their I guess intentions, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Because some people have intentions that you may not see as quote unquote the friend, but somebody on the outside looking in might see it, and so you might have that conversation and your mate is like, hey, I don't want you dealing with them because I just don't trust them and their intentions, and that should be okay to have that conversation or to have that stand on it. I've always tried my best to be friends with people regardless of the situations that we've been through together, but my mate says, hey, what's the reason to be friends with that person? Then hey, I'd rather be friends with you, baby. I want you, not them. So if that's what you want, then that's what you want. It shouldn't. But hey, I guess everybody's different. But I think that you have to pick your or make your choice, right? You got to make your choice, and you got to make that decision that's best for you. And if you want that relationship to grow, and that's the way it's going to have to grow, that's the way it's got to grow, So,
like you said, we did a show before, and I remember saying, what I mean, like people. I mean, me and Sonny was going back and forth, and I was like, everybody like this. Actions speak louder than words. Nonsense. Like to me, that's nonsense. People get fooled by actions every day because you never know nobody's intentions.
Right.
You feel me? Like actions mean nothing if you don't understand the intentions behind them.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And just like you said, like people got cruel intentions out here sometimes. You feel me? If you got something they want, man, people will do anything to get it.
Yep.
Including playing the fool. You feel me? So like, play like everything cool. You feel me? As soon as they see an opportunity, they're gonna try to pounce on it. So, you know what I mean? Like, so you can't trust everybody. So you can't trust that. Oh, I'm over them, or they over me. And it's like, nah. Why even play with fire? Don't even play with fire.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's about that time.
About that time?
Yeah. Time is, it's like after 11:20.
All right, come on. One more question. This is a
Okay.
good one. I think that's a good one. All right.
Okay.
All right. So the question was, where is it at? Oh yeah, number 8. Can you still go out of town without your spouse?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's a dumb question. I didn't like that question. That was dumb as hell.
You didn't like that question either? Oh man.
No, because that was dumb. Of course.
So,
you go on vacation.
So you don't. So
no.
Yeah, about to say, so
I won't call it
dumb.
dumb.
Make it something that's discussed and confirmed, and that
Well,
people
no,
have different.
of course you discuss it like, babe, the guys want to go out and go here, blah 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 blah. Okay, you discuss it, but it's not like to me that's normal shit you talk about. Like if the girls say, hey, we want to do a Vegas weekend. Hey, babe, the girls want to do a Vegas weekend this time. Like we're gonna look at whether or not I can, like, if I'm talking about relationship or marriage. Okay, so now I want to go on this trip, and we got to figure out how much it's going to cost. Could we afford me to go on this trip? You know, blah, blah, blah. Like, make sure she is taking care of the household before I go. But, like, that's just normal. I think that's a normal conversation that you would normally have.
On road trips.
Sonny, unfortunately, a lot of people don't think like that.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
right.
I don't want to be a part of nobody all the time, and I want to be able to have fun like I want him to have fun, and I'm going to trust that you're going to go out and act like you should. But, you know, if you do something dumb, I'll fuck you up. But, you know, that's irrelevant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
unfortunately. Oh, go ahead, Clint. Sorry.
Nah, go ahead, David. Go ahead.
Once again, I'm listening to radio a lot when I'm at work. So this couple is actually going through it now because he won a trip to Vegas. He was talking to the radio guy before the show, and he told him about his situation that he took his best friend when he won the trip to Vegas, about the March Madness tournament and everything like that, all that gambling. His girlfriend's pissed about it, talking about that she should have went instead. Mm-hmm. And she's pissed about it. And he didn't know what to tell the guy. I don't recall.
That was my question. That would be my question. Does she like basketball? Because if it's March Madness weekend and shit is happening, you like basketball?
Right.
No, then why the fuck would you go?
Let's be. Yeah. Let's be adults about it.
That's like adults weekend in itself.
Yeah, girls can have their weekend. How come, guys can't do things,
I mean, I like basketball, so I would want to go.
I mean, like, it's nothing wrong. Like, we all should be able to go where we want to go. But to say the question is stupid, like, nah, it depends. Like, sometimes questions need to be asked. You feel me? Like, that situation, and I don't care what. Yeah, you feel me? Sometimes, you got to inquire about some things. Especially
well, you
can
inquire, but you can talk about it, but it's not like a real, like,
so you're going through it, and the next thing you know, he just want to go on a road trip. Oh no, it's going down on that road trip.
No, that's different than my boys want to do X, Y, Z. So let's talk about it because like things like that to me is a normal conversation. Like if you planning to go somewhere, that's different. It's not like we just got an argument. All of a sudden now you want to go. Yes, I'm gonna have a problem. Absolutely, I will have a problem with. I think but that's stuff that you should discuss. You shouldn't just be with somebody, dating them, or for long term or marriage, and just say, babe, I'm going on a vacation. On like you, I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Dubai. Like, bitch, what? When the fuck
that's a different thing.
Like,
that's a different conversation because if you got responsibilities, you can't just be going out of town willy nilly. But if you know you go on a trip, you wanted something. If something's planned,
Yeah.
That's versus just going on on the spur of a moment type deal.
Like this ain't
I don't know
trend.
what
You gonna say you're going on the AC tonight? That's different. Going to AC tonight? We're going to AC for tonight. I'm going with you because we about to go get some stuff and go to party. You know?
Yeah, it ain't gotta be that night though. It ain't gotta be that night. It ain't even gotta be that weekend. It can be that 2 weeks. All right, she think it's a game. I'm out of here.
Wow, dang. You gotta look at it in the future stuff too, huh? You gotta be looking out. Like, hey, why you want to go next month?
Yeah. Every time you go to the strip club, I'm like, well, why am I not going? Like it depends on the type of relationship y'all have. Like that's stuff that I would do. Like it's stuff that like I said, I like basketball. So if you win some tickets to March Madness and you taking your dude like you don't know I don't like basketball, we got a problem. I'm like, bitch, what? Of course I want to go. Why would I not want to go? Like I watch basketball with you, nigga, and I be on the screen more than you do. So why would you not take me? That's different than
more than he do.
No, shut up. That like football, you tell me like if I'm dating a dude that's like I am that loves football, I don't know shit about football other than cheering for Pop Warner. So you say you're going to football, you're going to the Super Bowl with your friends in some other town, bitch, y'all go ahead and do what y'all gotta do because I don't got time to be sitting there trying to figure out what the fuck is happening during the Super Bowl. Like you go do what you gotta do. I don't want to be involved. Like shit like that. Like I'm not gonna invite you on an all girls fucking vacation just because you can't let me go by myself. That's not gonna work. Like it's a bunch of bitches. Why you want to go? You a bitch too?
Yeah, but
you can't go.
Yeah, everybody should have their own space, their own thing, their own. Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, it was a meme on Instagram. It was like, fellas, you know what I mean? I gotta be the side niggas that have upgraded. You talk about side niggas. He was like, when the females pack, you know what I mean, say they going on their girl trip to Dominican Republic or something, the side niggas booking trips too.
Oh, wow.
You feel me? And they breaking their boys along with them. Yeah,
he went there.
First of all, you don't bring sand to the beach, but I'm just saying.
It depends how they treat you though. Sometimes some good sand.
But sometimes we definitely about to close out the show. Y'all mad?
Yeah, wrap it up.
No, I'm only playing. It depends. Like it depends on what the trip is, whether or not I'm trying to go. It depends where the trip is. Because, bitch, if you don't ask me that I want to go and I just say no and you just not inviting me, I'm going to fuck you up. Because I'm a thug. I got shot 9 times. I'm only joking. I haven't been shot.
I got shot 9 times.
I haven't been shot a day in my life, except for with a needle. That's irrelevant. You about to wrap this show up, but thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope that y'all listen to the playback. We have been people who've been going back and listening to the playback, and y'all been enjoying them. We see the numbers. We want to thank everybody who goes back and replays our shows, whether it's on iTunes, not Snapchat. What the fuck? I've been drinking. I apologize. Google Play Music, SoundCloud, and YouTube, and definitely go on to our podcast site, blogtalkradio.com/GFG Radio. Y'all want to give out y'all information?
You already know it's your boy Clint. Hit me up on my blog site, kingstruth.com. And on Instagram at kingstruth609. That's about it, man.
Clint, Willie.
It's your boy Willie Styles. You can get at me at Willie Styles everywhere. That's STYLEZ. WillieStyles.info for all my links. AskWillieStyles.com. Get at me.
Dane?
Agent B21 at what's that thing called? Twitter.
All right. And it's your girl, I am Sunny _D, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Catch me on my blog, unreservedlyme.com. Thank you guys for listening tonight. Clint?
See y'all in 7 days, man.
Bye, y'all assholes. Y'all bunch of assholes. See, y'all hear them giggling? They giggling like little girls.
I laugh like a man.
All right.
That shit gave me a cramp just now.
That's because you're old.
Stay thirsty, Mike.
Look out.
I've had Storm playing in USA was awesome with that. I mean, it was flawless from the moment I called them to getting the adjust out there to getting it approved.
See how much you could save with USAA.
Member paid for their participation.
When we take care of our own hearts, we're also taking care of the people closest to us. So it's comforting to know that RWJ Barnabas Health has New Jersey's most comprehensive cardiac care program, with access to top specialists, minimally invasive heart surgery options, and rehabilitation and wellness programs. So get your heart checked. It's as easy as visiting rwjbh.org/heart. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.